Hello, friends.
Morning. Morning da.
Today I'm talking about kindness. I know it's kind of a basic topic, but it's what needs to be spoken about in this world right now because that's what everybody needs. Kindness, the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. The definition of kindness doesn't capture the ineffable feelings and effect it has on other people and on yourself. What kindness actually does is it saves lives and creates a better environment. In our faith, kindness isn't really optional because it's how we live out God's love. Jesus had constantly shown kindness to everyone, no matter the situation, and people ignored it and still treated him wrongly. We are called to be kind to others even when things are bad, just like Jesus did. Even if you had a horrible day, there should be no excuse for being unkind to someone, because if you are rude, that could have ruined their day as well. It could be like a chain reaction. One rude comment can lead to another bad day, and then the cycle continues. Kindness also matters in bigger systems of our world. There are humans, friends, neighbors, and family today who live in fear of being separated, hurt, detained, or treated as less than human through these systems. Whether or not we agree or disagree on these laws is irrelevant. We cannot ignore the suffering and fear going on in the world. These people were made in God's image, and yet people still dehumanize them. In Leviticus 19:33-34, it is written, "When a stranger immigrates with you in your land, you shall treat the stranger who immigrates with you as the native among you, and you shall treat them with love and as yourself. For you were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am your Lord, your God." For me, this shows that we are to treat those who immigrate are to be treated with kindness and love. Kindness means seeing people first, not the labels and the paperwork. At the end of the day, we all bleed red. You can crack both a brown and a white egg, and there's both a yellow yolk. One of my favorite Disney songs from Pocahontas states, "You think the only people who are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew. For me, this part of the song, Colors of the Wind, represents how people can overlook the beauty of human life by only seeing good in similar ways to you. But if you dig a little deeper and actually get to know others, you can find beauty in many forms of life, no matter the way they look, live, and believe. If those who haven't looked in different ways are dived a little deeper yet, the best way to treat someone different from you is with kindness. It's easy to think that kindness only really matters in big situations like these, but most of the time it shows up in small actions, like how we speak to others, how we treat strangers, or just choosing to care instead of being judgmental. Some people deal with silent battles in their head. Some people go to bed praying tomorrow won't hurt as badly. And some people are grieving things they don't talk about. Because of that, kindness matters a lot more than we think. Maybe just a smile, compliment, conversation, or a "how are you" can mean so much more to someone than you think. You may have just forgotten what you said earlier that day, but that simple compliment, smile, conversation, and "how are you" can have a strong impact on someone's day, pushing them to keep going. You can never know the silent battle someone is going through, so always choose kindness because you never know the full truth. Now I will be talking about the book of Genesis 18. This is where Abraham welcomes 3 men and treats them with kindness. I'll start from the beginning. Abraham was sitting at the entrance of his tent, and it was the hottest part of the day. He then saw 3 men, so he got up to greet them. Bowing before them, Abraham says to them, "Master, if it pleases you, stop for a while with your servant. I'll get some water so you can wash your feet. Rest under this tree. I'll get some food to refresh you on your way, since your travels have brought you across my path." Abraham says these kind words even though he has never met them before. He didn't just treat them with kindness, he served them before asking questions. This shows that kindness doesn't depend on knowing the person, but it's choosing to care for others no matter who they are. Abraham went above and beyond for them. He prepared a whole meal and made sure that they were comfortable. He and his wife Sarah start preparing everything for them. They brought the men the food and showed them respect and care. While they were there, the visitors asked about Sarah. They then tell Abraham that she will have a son even though she is old. Sarah had overheard them and laughed at their words because she thinks it's impossible. One of the men responds saying that nothing is too hard for God. In that moment, they realized that they weren't just 3 ordinary men. They're messengers from God. Abraham's actions reminded us that kindness is about serving others and showing care, even when we don't know what's ahead or who we are helping. I'll give a personal example on how I have given kindness to others this year. I'm not sure if everybody remembers, well, I'm pretty sure everybody remembers the time we had snow. It must have been like a bad memory for some people because of like the cold. But I personally like the days off from school, but I'm not complaining. Anyways, I love going on walks no matter the weather, so I decided to take a stroll in the snow. As I walked around the corner of my street, on a hill, I saw a group of adult men struggling to push their car up the hill because they got stuck. I walked up to them to see if they needed a hand pushing the car. I know that I probably wouldn't be much help at all because it's a literal car that I would be pushing, and I know for a fact I cannot do 2 push-ups. But still, I wanted to help them because I saw that they were struggling. I helped push the car just a little bit further. We did not make it up the hill, but at least we got somewhere. The people I was pushing the car with said thank you, and I can continue my walk. Although, yes, it's not smart for a teenage girl walking by herself to go up to like a stranger's car with 6 grown men, but I saw that they were struggling and needed help. Even though we didn't get the car all the way up, I felt proud that I tried to help. It made me realize more that kindness isn't about how strong or sadly how skilled you are. It's about showing up for someone who needs it. This act reminded me that kindness can be as simple as offering help, even if help doesn't exactly solve the problem. Sometimes just showing up and showing that you care is enough. How does kindness affect the brain and how can it be contagious? Acts of kindness triggers a helper's high by flooding your brain with dopamine and serotonin. These things reward your brain and it stabilizes your mood. At the same time, kindness lowers cortisol, which is a hormone that causes stress and anxiety. Kindness is also contagious. When you see someone doing something nice, that makes you want to do the same. Studies show that one simple act can spread through a whole group of people like a wave. When we combine teaching of Christ-like love and the good feelings we get when we show kindness to others, then showing kindness to all of God's creation should be a daily goal. I think that kindness occurs in our everyday lives, and we might not realize it. Everyone should be treated with kindness, no matter what, be kind. As Pocahontas said, but I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. Thank you.
Thank you.